Fossil fuels. Fossil fuels are made from decomposing plants and animals. These fuels are found in earth crust and contain carbon and hydrogen which can be burned for energy. Coal, oil and natural gases are examples of fossil fuels. A fossil fuel is a hydrocarbon containing material formed naturally in the earth's crust from the remains of dead plants and animals that is extracted and burned as a fuel. The main fossil fuels are coal, crude oil, and natural gas. Fossil fuels may be burned to provide heat for use directly, such as for cooking or heating, to power engines such as internal combustion engines in motor vehicles, or to generate electricity. Importance of fossil fuels. Fossil fuels have been important to human development because they can be readily burned in the open atmosphere to produce heat. The use of peat as domestic fuel predates recorded history. Coal was burned in some early furnaces for the smelting of metal ore, while semi-solid hydrocarbons from oil seeds were also burned in ancient times. They were mostly used for waterproofing and embalming. Heavy crude oil, which is much more viscous than conventional crude oil, and oil sands, where bitumen is found mixed with sand and clay, began to become more important as source of fossil fuel in the early 2000s. Oil shale and similar materials are sedimentary rocks containing corrosion, a complex mixture of high molecular weight organic compounds which yield synthetic crude oil when heated. With additional processing, they can be employed instead of other established fossil fuels. During the 2010s and 2020s, there was disinvestment from exploitation of such resources due to their high carbon cost relative to more easily processed reserves. Environmental effects of fossil fuels. The burning of fossil fuels has a number of negative externalities. Harmful environmental impacts where the effects extend beyond the people using the fuel. The actual effects depend on the fuel in question. All fossil fuels release CO2 and when they burn, thus accelerating climate change. Burning coal and to a lesser extent oil and its derivatives contribute to atmospheric particulate matter, smoke, and acid rain. Climate change is largely driven by the release of greenhouse gases like CO2, with the burning of fossil fuels being the main source of these emissions. In most parts of the world, climate change is negatively impacting ecosystem. This includes contributing to the extinction of species and reducing people's ability to produce food, thus adding to the problem of world hunger. Continued rises in global temperature will lead to further adverse effect on both ecosystem and people, with the World Health Organization having stated climate change is the greatest threat to human health in 21st century. Combustion of fossil fuel generates sulfuric and nitric acids which fall to earth as acid rain, impacting both natural areas and the built environment. Monuments and sculptures made from marble and limestones are particularly vulnerable as the acid dissolves calcium carbonate. Thank you.